stars. Tupac Shakur's suspected unaliver is facing imminent charges after Bro was boasting about it. He boasted in a book. He boasted on some interviews. The Las Vegas unaliving detectives are now reportedly optimistic that they have built enough evidence against Compton Crip gang leader Keefe D, 60, to finally close the Tupac case almost 27 years after the rap icon was fatally wounded and unalived 6 days after being pew-pewed 4 times on the Las Vegas Strip when he was age 25 on September 7th, 1996. Insiders told sources on Friday that, quote, leading officers with the backing of the district attorney have allegedly built a strong case against Keefe D, who has previously confessed to helping hunt down and assassinate Tupac. A 25-year-old, what did they have to fear or be jealous of with Tupac? It's just so weird. He was 25. He's a kid. What's the deal? The district attorney's office is due to present their case to a Las Vegas grand jury, 2 sources confirmed. One insider said a criminal case will be brought imminently, and the district attorney is looking at the first-degree murder potentially for Keefe D, based on Nevada law. Keefe has given multiple interviews and written a memoir called Compton Street Legend, confessing to his role in the pew-pewing of Tupac, and claims he rode in the car and handed nephew Orlando Anderson the murder weapon before he fired the fatal pew-pews that unalived the rapper. Sorry, I'm translating. If a grand jury decides that the evidence supplied is strong enough for them to suspect Keefe of being criminally guilty in any capacity for Tupac's unaliving, the case will be able to proceed. One source said the homicide team did not enter into this investigation lightly. Well, it took them long enough. They knew that the world would be watching if they took any action against Keefe. They do not want to make any missteps. One key aspect was building a strong case and file of evidence detailing how Keefe was one of the 4 suspects in the car and was pivotal in the actual unaliving, then the destruction of critical evidence. Keefe's own words and comments in his interviews and clout chasing and memoir obviously have him as a potential unaliving suspect, but there is a lot more to the case than simply showing a jury those statements. The detectives have been piecing together as much information, evidence, and witness statements about Keefe's role that night and actions afterwards. Keefe has gloated. That's what clout chasers do. He's gloated so much about this that he has effectively talked himself into huge legal trouble. Quote, they have spent months pulling it together and continuing to hunt down corroborating evidence and other possible witnesses for the grand jury. Keefe claimed in his memoir, Tupac appeared to be reaching for a pew-pew before the unaliving, but his side pew-pewed first, essentially unaliving the rapper. Well, I mean, did you expect him not to defend himself? And he wasn't successful, but what was the beef over? Does anyone know? I mean, he was an actor and a rapper. Like, did it really... You're in Las Vegas. Is it territory? Like, what's the story? You know, it's just like we lose these brilliant artists, including Biggie, including, you know, Nipsey Hussle. And it's just like, you know, if you want to do all that pew-pewing and illegal stuff, just leave that on that side. All this running around and beating people up and pew-pewing is just, it's a waste. It's destructive. You know, do you need a therapist? Do you need to go to the gym? What is going on? Because it doesn't sound like it's about business, right? It's interrupting business and the flow of coins. Unless it was, you know, one hears rumors about these, you know, record people wanting to own the masters or have, you know, the sort of unalive catalog profit for them. I don't get the logic of it. And I don't get the logic of, if you did it, why would you brag about it in a book? You know, publish it after you pass away. What? Unless it's a mislead, unless it's gonna, be a road to nowhere and you're covering up for the real perps. But, it's not uncommon for people who ain't do it to say they did it for street cred. What do you think? Let me know.